Welcome back to the Productioneer Dude. Today, we are continuing Doki Doki Fallen Angel. And after the events of last episode, I'm a little bit afraid of what's gonna happen here on out. So, let's just hope everything still goes well. I wake up on the living room floor. My body feels heavy. I don't remember much of anything these past few days. I try to push myself up. Every muscle in my body begins to scream in agony. Mustering all my strength, I lean up against my couch. I pan my eyes around the room. Extending my neck, I can see the broken remains of my potted plant. It's weird being isolated for so long. I lived my whole life in an empty home. However, now is the first time I've actually felt truly alone. They say loneliness is a universal fear of all living creatures. Why couldn't it have been me? I slowly rise up and begin to pace around the room. My eyes dart from one focus to the next. A hole in the wall. A broken vase. My bloody knuckles. My slinged arm. There's more to it, I know. But with like the music. Wait, it's not even a consistent loop with like. What is this? That makes it scarier, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's not even a consistent loop. Wait, isn't it? Yeah, you hear it? Like, it's not even a consistent loop. Anyway, so there's more to it, I know it. Grab a stack of paper and pen and begin writing things down. With his flinged arm and busted hand, it looks more like scribbles than anything. I continue to incoherently write my thoughts down. To anyone else, it would look like I must have sporadically placed lines, but to me, it's a timeline of all the events. Look at the mess before me. Now, where to begin? What could I have changed? I could have arrived to the house sooner. Or was it too late? Earlier than that. I continue to shoot my pupils to different parts of the scribbles. What stirred this? The argument? The messages? The boys? The medication? Earlier than that. Yuri's home life. Boy, I had met her sooner. No. I should have stopped Monica from telling everyone. My mind races from one thought to the next. I should have paid more attention to those texts. I should have kept an eye on Yuri and made sure she was taking her meds. Could I not have known she wasn't taking her meds? I shout this to my empty kitchen. Oh, I shouted it up. My bad. I can't read properly today. Anyway, no response. That's fine. This is fine. I'm fine. The mess of papers on my counter says otherwise. Sure. If only it didn't take me so long to break down that door. Or maybe if I called 911 sooner. All these thoughts continue to form a hurricane within my head. It's making me dizzy. What if I didn't visit Sayori in the hospital? It had to be that. That wasted too much time. Was Yuri already gone by the morning? I feel like she was, like, way sooner than that. I should ask her. How would I do that? Look up at my ceiling. Hey. Anyone there? What the heck? I'd like to make a deal. I get no response yet again. Any chances I can get Yuri back? I'll pay you.
It's free real estate.
Become a better person. Is that what you want to hear? I shout louder at my ceiling. My head sinks down in shame and I stare back at them. Wait, maelstrom of paper. I whisper to myself. I've gone insane. Oh. Doorbell. Like a deer, my head jerks to the sudden sound of my doorbell. Open the door with as little effort as possible.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, it's Natsuki. So yeah. Hey. Oh, he's like, is for horses. Whatever I respond with as little enthusiasm as possible. I did it correctly. Can I come in? I guess. I turn around and walk back into the living room. I could care less if Natsuki follows me. She follows me into the cell I call home. So, you doing alright? I think so. I don't look at her. Instead, I stand hunched over, eyes staring blankly at the ground behind her. Natsuki begins to take a look around my house. Her eyes glance at the hole in the wall, then at me, then at the potted plants, then at me, and at the scribbled markings on the counter, and then back at me. Jeongin? Throw my hand up dismissively. I don't want to hear it. I just want to stand in silence for a moment. She opens her mouth in protest, but then closes it. Alright, yeah, dotted lines. Yeah, best conversation ever. Silence is a fragile thing. It can be broken just by a slip of the tongue. It makes you wonder, how can something so heavy be so delicate at the same time? Why? Why what? Why did you come here? To check up on you. Why? Did you feel bad for me? Worried I'd kill myself? Afraid I would go jump off the nearest bridge and drown myself so— oh my god. Bro. Okay. They're all the same. You, the doctor, the kids in school, me. I tried to be different. I really did. You were different. If that were true, Yuri would still be alive. The entire time I fight to hold back my tears. The feeling of sorrow smothers me completely. She really did love you. I know. That's why it hurts so much. Look away from Natsuki, trying to hide the fact that I'm crying. Can you please just, leave? I'll be fine. I assure her. I just need some time alone to think. Thank you for coming and checking up on me. I know you mean well, but I'd rather be alone right now. She stands there quietly for a moment. I wish I could go back. Believe me, I really do. But we can't, Jeongin. I'm really sorry for what happened. I feel the same as you. All this time my friend was hurting and I never knew. Some nights I lie awake wondering where it went wrong. What could I have done to change it all? But there's no use in letting it consume you. You have to move on from your past. She looks down at the ground sullenly. I know I did. She recollects herself and faces me again. You have to accept what happened eventually. I know it's hard, but time heals all wounds. With that, she turns on her heels and leaves my house. She's wrong. Time doesn't heal wounds. Time just lets you grow numb to the pain. I stare back up at my ceiling. I just want her back. I just want to hold her again. Look into her eyes one last time. At least let me say goodbye. I fall to my knees. I'm back in the same spot I awoke this morning. On the uncomfortable carpet. I decided to close my eyes once again. I wasn't gonna sleep for. Wait, so I've unlocked a special poem. Go ahead to read it. Alright. Depression. Outside is a smile. Inside is a frown. Outside you see a hole. Inside is just the pieces. Outside is warm. Inside is cold. Outside, there's emotion. Inside, there's emptiness. Outside you hear laughter. Inside there's only silence. Outside, there's a smell of flowers. Inside is rotten and tainted. Outside is a bright sunny day. Inside is a dark stormy night. Outside can find success. Inside knows only failure. Outside is just lies. Outside is just a mask. Inside the mask is pain. Inside the mask is fear. And inside the mask is nothing at all. Because I am nothing. Until I put on the mask. Is that it? Alright. Okay. Now we're here. I jolt awake in a cold sweat. I look around my room. How did I even get here? The last thing I remember was Natsuki visiting yesterday. Was that yesterday? What day is it? I look outside my window. There's nothing but gray. I climb on a bed and immediately fall to my knees. Ugh. My head is throbbing. I head towards the bathroom to cool off. Oh, this is new. Bathroom background. Or if I've seen this before, I don't remember. I turn on the cold water and begin to rinse my face. Over the running of the faucet, I hear an ominous noise. Oh, what? You failure. Huh? My head jerks up and I find myself face to face with my reflection. There's a twisted grin on his face. What? What's happening? Wait, what is this? Alright. You couldn't save her. What's wrong with you? Do you know how important you were to her? Stop it. You let her die alone. No. Stop it. She died alone. Shut up. I cover my ears with my hands. I squeeze my ears so tightly my ear canals begin to hurt. You're not real. Oh, I'm as real as you are. I am just a reflection of you after all. He, or I, say that in a matter-of-fact way. You can't hide from yourself. Stop talking to me. Do you know how much you meant to her? Why are you doing this? You meant everything to her. And then, you just yelled right into her face. This is insanity. Insanity? Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity? Shut up. Please. I lean my head atop the counter. My tears leave my eyes and crash onto the tile. You're going to need a wet floor sign. Screw you. Whoa, that's no way to speak to yourself. I hate you. You seem to forget that I am you. So therefore, you hate yourself. It makes sense, really. You're mad, depressed, in denial. Those terms sound familiar. I'm not depressed. Is that why you've been crying? Why you scream when no one can even hear you? I sure hope you don't try to hang yourself. Hey man, take it easy. Yeah, shut up. Punch my glass self in the face. Shattered pieces fall to the ground in a symphony of crashes. I stare down at the broken pieces. With shaky hands, I pick up a long shattered glass. Uh-oh, I know where this goes. Where have I heard this before, you know? It's only thick enough for me to see my own eyes. It scares me, the emptiness in my eyes. Look up to what remains in my mirror. My condescending self is gone, broken. My eyes shoot back down to the shard of my hand. Oh, wait, the screen's shaking. Alright, with my hand, I firmly grasp it. My vision begins to crane towards the blank canvas that is my left arm. Like writing a book, right? This glass, my pen. My blood, the ink. I press the cold glass against my skin. My body shivers upon contact. My hands continue to shake violently. I angle the blade long ways and clench my eyes shut. Just one cut. I just have to see her again. I can't go on like this. I just want to be with her again. I just want to see her. My breathing grows heavier and heavier. My arm refuses to move. Do it. Do it! Okay, dots. Oh. Damn it. Drop the glass shard and it breaks into even smaller pieces among impact. I can't do it. My breaths grow shallow. I slide down my bathroom wall until I reach the floor. I can't do it. I held onto a fetal position on the freezing tiles. My body lays still in a puddle of blood and tears. Broken remnants of my mirror in front of me. Tears continue to pour out my face. Why, Yuri? Why is it that every time you make me cry, I love you a little bit more? I continue to cry until I can't cry anymore. I cry until I no longer feel the pain inside. Okay, what is that, another bone? Oh, it is. I thought so. Alright. Acceptance. Time doesn't heal all wounds. It just allows you to become numb to the pain. It's been a long ride. There's a lot of things I wish I didn't do. I bottled all my pain inside, but now I have to let go of you. The memories we made, all the time we shared, all the love we gave, and that perfume in your hair. Your name is etched into my heart. Your laugh will ring through my ears. I refuse to let me be torn apart. I won't be consumed by my fears. I continue life with you in mind, and live every day just for you. The wounds will heal given time. As you sit there in that sky of blue, you lay there still without a sound, and fly up the heaven's sky. The casket sinks into the ground, and thus I say my last goodbye to my amethyst angel. Oh, okay. It's like like a normal song plays, and then like all of a sudden it just switches. It catches me off guard every time. So my eyes open ever so slowly. What? My body goes into a state of shock. What the hell? How did I get here? Yeah, how did we get here? Hold on. I pan my eyes along the landscape. How am I here? I was at home. I remember falling asleep on the floor. Ugh. The low-hanging sun blinds my vision. I raise my hand to shield my eyes. Suddenly I spot a figure in the distance. I slowly walk towards it. Slowly but surely the figure starts to take form. Oh. It's Yuri. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is a dream, bro. Otherwise, she learned... Wait, what's it called? Yeah, reincarnation. Anyway, I pick up my pace. Yuri? Yuri! I wave my arms to get her attention. Eventually, I arrive just a few feet from her. She finally notices me. Hello, Jeongin. I take a look around at the landscape. Yuri has her back turned towards me, as if she's looking at the same scene as me. She gives me a sidelong glance. Yuri, what's going on? What do you mean? Am I dead? What? Do you feel dead? I pat my hands along my body. No. I feel alive. I'm sorry. I don't know. Is this a dream or is this real? Aren't dreams just reflections of the real world? Now is not the time for riddles. Yeah. Damn it, man, that's supposed to be a good dream. Stop making me solve riddles. I don't want to use my brain. I begin to take some steps and reach out to her. Oof! What the? Press my hands in front of me. Ripples float through the air. There's some sort of magical barrier between me and her. Yuri? I can't get through. I bang my hands against the wall. Yuri finally turns toward me. You're not ready yet. What? Her voice has an echoey, almost angelic sound to it. It sounds far away, but so clear at the same time. No. Please. Please let me in. Let me in! I wish I could. But if I let you, you won't be able to go back. What if I don't want to go back? I want to be with you. I know. But you have others who rely on you. They need you. I'll just let them down like I let you down. Whoa bro. You gotta chill there. Alright, Yuri gives me a puzzled look. I'm sorry. I begin to cry. My tears glide down to my cheeks, to my chin before crashing down to earth. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I shouldn't have yelled at you. I should have been there to support you when you needed me. Tell me, Jeongin. Why do you blame yourself? Isn't it obvious? I didn't do anything to help you. You have no idea how much you helped me. If it weren't for you, I would have taken my life long before. I would have died without at least knowing what true love is like. I can't imagine a worse way to go. But I don't want you to go. I respond in a shrill voice. It hurts to talk through my tears. I can't do this without you. Did my poem not mean anything to you? I meant every word I said. How can you be so quick to forgive me? Jeongin, you were never to blame in the first place. I hang my head and continue to sob. Now my tears just spill straight from my eye sockets. I don't know what to do. I need your help. There has to be a way to bring you back. I think we both know that's not possible. My voice drops down to a whisper. I know. It's just so hard. My heart just refuses to move on. It's like my mind is telling me it's just not worth it anymore. Why live when the only thing worth living for is gone? And the reason she's gone is because of me. Yeah, I continue to hang my head and watch my tears hit. Can you answer another question for me, Jeongin? Okay. Hypothetically, if you were to be diagnosed with cancer tomorrow, would you blame yourself for getting sick? What? That was a random question. No. No, I wouldn't. She steps closer to me, as this close invisible barrier will allow her. And why do you blame yourself for having depression? I look up at her. Yuri stares at me. No, not at me. It's like she's staring directly into my soul. Like some evil glare. She's staring at my true self. I'm found speechless. The words she's saying toss and turn in my head. You have to go now. Wait, but... You have your own life to live. Your planet needs you. You have other people counting on you. Please don't make the same mistake I did. But what about you? What about us? She gives me a soft smile. I can wait for you. Perhaps when I see you again, we can hold hands just like we used to. Now it's my turn to give her a soft smile. A soft, teary-eyed smile. Yuri? I think I finally learned what true love is. Did you now? I nod. She gives me a look as if she knew what I was gonna say. Perhaps you can tell me what that meaning is when we see each other again. When will that... But now, you have someone waiting for you. What? Yo, who? Oh, it's Sayori. Jeongin! Jeongin, wake up! It's time for school! Huh? I wake up in a cold sweat on my bathroom floor. What happened? Where's Yuri? Look around trying to collect my bearings. A shadow remains in my mirror or on the floor. I finally realize where I am. Hello? Anyone home? A familiar voice calls out from my bathroom door. Sayori. She can't see me like this. I attempt to get up. Ah! My head feels like it's splitting open. I press my hand against my forehead and shut my eyes tightly. I can feel my brain pounding against the front of my skull. The bathroom door gently opens.
Hello,
Oh, there she is. Ah, Jeongin! Sayori rushes over to me. Jeongin, what did you do? Her eyes begin to scan the room like a detective. She notices the glass on the floor and the blood on my knuckles. Sayori grabs my wrist and examines my hand. You punched your mirror? She says that with a disappointed tone. I didn't like what I saw. Jeongin, Do you think you're ugly? Because you're not. I think you're very cute and handsome. Corners of my mouth slightly curl. Thanks, Sayori. Now let's clean you up. Well, searches the cabinet for some bandages and peroxide. I know I said band-aids, but sort of the same thing. Anyway, bingo! Let's get you off your butt. Sayori throws my arm over her shoulder and pulls me up. I try not to put my weight on her, but as soon as I stand up, my eyes enter another dimension, and I become dizzy. Ugh. Sayori supports me. Here, lean on the counter. She carefully sweeps off any excess shards of glass. I do as I'm told, and rest myself upon a bathroom counter. What are you doing here? The doctor told me I was in good enough condition to leave, so I figured before I went home I'd visit you. And I'm glad I did. How long have you been on the floor? Yes. I shake my head. I have no idea. Sayori gives me a pouty look. You really shouldn't sleep on the floor. It's bad for your neck. I know. I still find myself victim of one of Sayori's lectures. Alright, she gestures for me to raise my hand over the sink, and I do. Bottle of peroxide hovers menacingly over my hand. This is gonna sting. This may pinch a little. I know. Sayori tips the bottle. I keep my mouth shut tight to not show any display of pain. Sayori dabs the wound with a wet towel and begins to bandage it up. Guess you learned some stuff while in the hospital, huh? Sayori gives me a large smile. Just call me Nurse Sayori from now on. I give a small chuckle. You know, Jeongin, this kind of reminds me when we were little kids. Yeah, how so? Well, the roles are reversed now, but I remember when we were little kids, we would always play in the neighborhood. We would run around, climb trees. We would always try to keep up with you despite you being so much faster. And sometimes I would fall and get hurt. Then you would stop everything and come care for me. Whether I scraped my knee or cut my hand, you were always there to help me. You would say, Sayori, look at me. It's okay. Everything will be okay. I remember I used to just start carrying around band-aids in my pockets just in case you hurt yourself. I mean, in general, still good. He would make me feel better and stayed with me until the pain went away. I had a burp. I remember back to when Sayori and I were little kids. Getting into trouble left and right. All the things little kids do. I guess I always assumed Sayori and I were equal. I didn't realize that all this time she was just trying to stay close to me. Remember when I fell in that pond near the park? Yeah. Your parents were mad. They were pissed. You jumped in because I was drowning. You weren't drowning. The water was only 2 feet deep.
You stupid.
Bro, it sounds like me. I would totally drown in like 2 feet of water. Just by standing in it. Anyway, is that so? The rest of my hand has already been fully bandaged, yet Sayori hasn't let go of it. My eyes lock onto her sky blue eyes. This is what Yuri meant, isn't it? That I have unfinished business here. I can't leave without knowing the people I care about will be okay. Sayori knows she's been holding my hand and quickly lets go. Go Minasai. It's fine. We should sit down somewhere. Okay. Alright. Sayori and I step out into my room. Take a seat on my bed. Hey, what's that? Sayori walks towards a small wooden box sitting atop my nightstand. It's, looks like a radio. Yeah, it is. Oh, I remember when Yuri gave... Yeah, I remember that. Yuri gave the radio to him. When he was going through that small period of depression about Sayori. Yeah. Now it's one of the few things I have to remember her by. Sayori bends down eye level with the wooden radio. Her eyes dazzle like a child's. Rest your hand along its edges. Eventually, your fingers find the dials. And then... click. The room fills with music. Not a bad tune. I like it. Sayori begins bobbing her head up and down to the rhythm. This is really cute. Where'd you get it? Yuri gave it to me. That's sweet. Where's Yuri now? Uh-oh. It's time for that story. Ooh. She doesn't know. That makes sense. She's been in the hospital. Sayori, why don't you take a seat? Okay. Sayori gives me a look of concern. She sinks down next to me. Where do I even begin? I guess I should start from the beginning. All the way from the beginning. Remember that day when Yuri and Monica got into an argument and Yuri ran out of the room? Alright, there you go. I tell Sayori the whole story. I give her as many details as I can over what happened. Well, everything minus the past few days. No, that's not true. I stay silent to allow Sayori to process what she just heard. You're lying. Voice cracks and she breaks into a sob. Sayori throws herself onto me. I can feel a wet spot form on my shoulder. She cries loudly into my ears. I simply stroke the back of her head to comfort her. After a few minutes, Sayori seems to compose herself as much as she can. I grab her by the shoulders. Sayori, look at me. I speak to her in a soft voice, as if she was made of glass. I could shatter. Well, I mean, I guess that's true. Anyway, it's okay. Everything's going to be okay. I'm here for you. Always. Sayori nods as she wipes away her tears. Oh. Seem to be taking this rather well. Look down at my bandaged hand. I wouldn't exactly say that. But recently I did have a change of heart. What's the word for that? An epiphany. Alright, Sayori smiles through her tears. Yep, an epiphany, I was right. I don't think that's quite right, but sure, we'll go with that. Oh, yeah, okay, that's true. It's not the word. I think it's more acceptance when you said like change of heart. In this case, it's like acceptance is the right word. So she gives me a small grin. I can't really explain it very well. It's just like something inside me is telling me that it's time to move on. I know it's weird, but I believe you. Sayori brushes the hair out of my face. You're my best friend, Sayori. I mean that in the best way possible. I know you do. It just took me some time to understand that. I've made a lot of mistakes. So have I. I've hurt a lot of people. And so have I. Me too. Alright, I quietly chuckled to myself. I suppose we're both just huge messes, huh? That's why you make such great friends. Aw, hell yeah, brother. Gives me the most sincere smile I've ever seen rest upon her face. Suppose I was wrong, Sayori. Huh? You can't really fully get rid of depression. Not alone, at least. Turn to my bathroom. Don't make the same mistake I did. Yuri's words ring through my ears. I think it's best if we take this journey together. Ooh. No one can battle their demons alone. I think I'd like that. So what do we do now? Keep on living, I suppose? Yuri may not be here physically, but I believe she's somewhere out there. Waiting for me. Sayori stares over at my bathroom as well. She then looks at my wrist. There's a small indent on where I pressed my glass against the arm. I need you to stay here. She placed her small hands over the area of my arm I nearly cut open. Please? I stare at her. I peer straight into her blue eyes. Her windows of the soul. I'll stay here. I grab her hand and entwine my fingers with hers. You promise? I promise, Sayori. My story isn't over yet. It's just getting started. Wow, okay. Oh, this is the epilogue. So we're close to finishing this already. I'm quite surprised. Oh, 1 year later. Oh my god, that's a huge time jump. But yeah, like, we will save the epilogue for the next part. So yeah, like, at least it seems he's finally accepted everything, and now he's turning everything around. I'm a little curious about what he's gonna do about, like, Monica and everything, because, like, Monica, I feel like, was the one that, like, kind of stirred everything up. In, like, more... She, like, amped everything up more than it needed to be. So, I'm quite curious on how Jeongin and, I guess, both Sayori and Natsuki might even handle it. But, yeah, with that said, I do hope you guys enjoyed this part of Doki Doki Fallen Angel. Quite frankly, I think we're close to finishing it, considering this is the epilogue, so yeah. I'm looking forward to how this ends. With that said, in the top right corner of your screen, there will be an annotation to the next part once it becomes available. And with that, I will see you all in the next one. Peace.